Hey traders, I wanted to touch base with you traders out there or aspiring traders that are just getting started. You don't have a lot of money to work with. You're just barely getting started. Does subscribing to our live trading room make sense? Is the value there, or does it not make sense? So I did let's get the mic over here. I did a video update, performance update of our portfolio margin strategy a few weeks ago. And even though we've had a few bumps in the road there, man, it's doing great. And it's based on portfolio margin. Most brokers are going to require you to have more than 150,000, 175,000, 250,000, some brokers to be able to, there's a trade that just filled, that are going to require large amounts of money. So this is a program where we're trying to make $12,000 to $20,000 a month off of a $300,000 portfolio. Would love to average $16,000 a month. That's $200,000 a year. Who can't use an extra $200,000 a year? It's been a great program. It's worked out well for us. It's had some bumps in the road, but we're right on track. And so I posted our performance results for that program. And of course, every time I do that, somebody pipes in, well, that's great for you rich people. What about us poor people? You know, and two things that I want to say about this. Number one, you will find that there are a lot of reasons why people don't have money to invest. And a lot of them are valid, right? Maybe you're young, maybe you're just getting started in life, maybe you've had some unforeseen medical emergencies that have set you back financially. Divorce can set you back financially. So there's a lot of reasons that you could be on your back foot in terms of being able to have capital to go invest and make money with. But I think one of the biggest ones that I see across the board is just mindset. You have a scarcity mindset. People will, I'll say, you know, what are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for this and this and this and this. We have all that inside of our live trading room. Yeah, that costs money. Yeah, it does, but it should also make you money. It should be net money in your pocket. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is not surrounding whether or not you can make more money than the subscription cost. The problem is up here. The problem is mental. They have a scarcity mentality rather than an abundance mentality. So, you know, again, there's no guarantees in life, but every single time, without fault, that we show our portfolio margin strategy, performance results, somebody pipes in, isn't that great? What about those of us that don't have that kind of money? So I just wanted to show you something real quickly. Again, there's no guarantees, but a very simple strategy that we do week in and week out. We've done it for over 4 years now, and it has been tremendously successful for us from a consistency standpoint. And that's the first thing that I will say. If you're starting small, look to trades that are consistent in results. I don't really care what the results are. I honestly don't care. If you could get to your very first year of trading just a few $1,000s and never have had any big losses, never had any big drawdowns, and at the end of the year you made 7% return, you know what? I'm okay with that, because it is consistency of results that is number one priority when you're getting started. So I wanted to talk about, you know, what you could do in our live trading room. And the first one that always jumps to everybody's mind is the IWM Millionaire Maker trade. We call it the Millionaire Maker because it will put you on track to make $1 million no matter how little of amount of capital you start with. That's the consistency rate. Now, is it guaranteed? No, this is not a bank account. This is not FDIC insured. There's no guarantees with anything that is involved in the marketplace, but all I can tell you is what our past results with this have been. Now, the Millionaire Maker trade, the IWM Millionaire Maker trade, I've done it for 20 years. I've done this trade for 20 years, but we have 4 years of official recorded history with the trade inside of our trading room. We do it every single solitary week. We don't ever skip a week. No matter what the market's doing, every week we do this trade. We have averaged around 50% a year ROI on this trade. Now, just a quick little background. This trade is typically designed to make us about 1% a year, or 1% a week. And you would think 52 weeks in the year that it should come out to 52% rate of return if you never have a losing trade. Well, we have some trades that we exit early and take a partial profit, and then not all of them come in exactly picture perfect, so you're booking a substandard rate of return. So the first year of this program, we had a flawless year. We would set up the trades to make 1% a week. We didn't have a single losing week. You'd think at the end of the year you'd be up 52%. Well, we weren't. We were up about 45%. You have fees and commissions. You have trades that you exit early. You don't hit your 100% profit target every single solitary week. So, sounds crazy that we were disappointed with 45%, but we were. These last couple of years, we've traded this more dynamically. We come in and adjust it as the week goes by, and we've been able to increase our rate of return potential 15 to 30%, which again doesn't sound like a lot, moving from 1% a week to 1.15 to 1.3% a week. But cumulatively, over a year's period of time, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So over the last 4 years now, we are actually averaging more than 50% a year ROI. This is a trade in the last 4 years that we have never had we never take a loss on. We have never taken a loss. Doesn't mean that's going to be the case in the future. You never know what the future holds, but we have never had to take a loss on this trade. It has been Mr. Or Mrs., as the case may be, consistency in terms of trades go. It's about $3,000 to do one of these contract trades. About $3,000. Again, not one single solitary losing trade in 4 years of doing this. That's tough to match. That is tough to equal. So $3,000 average per trade. Again, I hate making assumptions. Again, you guys know that assuming makes a you-know-what out of you and me. I can tell you with 100% certainty that these numbers will be wrong. They have to be wrong because there's just no way in the next 20 years that everything is going to flow exactly like this. However, you have to make some type of an assumption, and math is a good place to start with assumptions. So assuming that you used one contract in this IWM Millionaire Maker setup, it's about $3,000 of capital. If you don't have $3,000 to start investing with, I'm going to be harsh here, okay? You got other problems than money problems. Go give blood. Go give blood. You can make $200 a month donating plasma. Go drive Uber. Go get a second part-time job. Go have a garage sale. Go sell your vehicle and downgrade it by $3,000 to something that's cheaper. If you want to invest, and I'm telling you that you can do it with $3,000, there's no excuse coming back and saying, well, I don't have $3,000. You go find it. It's there if you want it. Just depends on how much you want it, right? So $3,000, not adding a penny ever to that $3,000, but letting it grow 20 years at 50% a year. Yeah, it's $10 million in 20 years. Is that a realistic assumption? Probably not. It's not the point here, really. The point is that the amount of money that you need to launch your successful investing career, way less than you think. Way less than you think. The amount that it can grow to over time, way more than you think. And this comes back to something that we talk about in our masterminds all the time. Human nature is such that we overestimate our potential for success in the short term, and we vastly underestimate it in the long term. You'll start with this. What's 1% a week? $30. $30. You're going to do this for a week. Maybe you make $30. You're like, geez, that wasn't worth the time. Next week, you make another $30. For a lot of people, you're going to do that maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and then you're going to give up. You're going to be like, what is the point of this? This is not going anywhere. Well, where it's going is potentially right here. But you've got to put in the time. You got to put in the effort. So to those of you, and I know this is a little harsh, but to those of you that are like, well, your program's amazing. If I had $250,000, I'd go make 16 grand a month too. Look, you know what the second best number after, if you don't have, 250,000 is a great number to start with. I'm telling you, it's a great number. It will work with all of our programs. It will work with our portfolio margin setups. It's awesome. Do you know what the second best number to start working with is? Whatever you got. What else? What other number are you going to work with? Right? Are you just going to say, well, I don't have $250,000, so I guess I just don't do it? No, you've got to do something, and you don't need a lot. You can benefit from our education, from our programs, from our training, from our setups, with as little as $3,000 of capital. So if you want to check it out, if you're ready to actually step up to the plate, put excuses to the side, you can go to tradelivewithus.com. You'll get a Zoom link from me. You and I will chat individually. We'll double check, make sure that this is something that makes sense for you. And then you're off to the races. So again, tradelivewithus.com if you want to be a part of our live trading room. If you do have money and you're looking for a passive program, investing versus trading, try ATM for free. This is a stellar program. We have crushed the market returns for the last 3 years, every year that this program has been in place. If you want to come scalp with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you only need about $2,500 capital to scalp the Q options with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We've had a challenge over the last couple weeks trying to get to that daily profit figure of $1,000. Hasn't been too difficult for us to beat this figure pretty darn consistently. So even if you're shooting for $500 a day, we do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. An extra $1,000 a week, an extra $4,000 a month. To me, that's substantive. To me, that's meaningful. Maybe to you it isn't. But it just depends on how serious you want to be about trading. If you really don't have any money, but you'd like somebody to give you $250,000 to go day trade with, you can go to wefundyourtrading.com. Put in the code SAVE. Put in the code SAVE90. Save 90% off getting access to prop funds. And this is the best prop fund program that I know of out there. I've looked at a ton. This is the best one that I have found. You get the money, you get to trade, they take the risk. You split the profits 90-10. You take 90% of the profits, they take 10%. You got to pass an evaluation, and so that in and of itself is an awesome thing to sign up for, just to go through that training program. Just the training program is great. If you still have a scarcity mindset and you're like, nah, I'm still not wanting to pay money to subscribe to a live trading program. You can go to askyourtradingquestions.com, and for $3 you can engage me on whatever trading question you have, and I promise you I'll get you an answer. Okay. Last but not least, if you want to stay in touch with me, love to hear from you. Go to scottstewartcontacts.com. All my contacts are right there. So appreciate you guys. I hope you're having a good trading week. We had a good start to this trading week, and man, that always makes it nice when you have a smooth profit for the day. Hope you guys are having a good trading week. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.